I'm Jack Priday and I'm here in Exeter to explore whether radio is still relevant and how internet is affecting the modern music industry. I interviewed local musician Sammy Cattell and freelance radio journalist Joe Kidd to hear their thoughts on the subject.
When you start a band, it's hard to get known, if you know what I mean, like early on. And the radio, even though it's like local radio, it's easy for people to listen because all they have to do is turn, and they don't have to pay for anything. So, oh yeah, it's definitely it helps a lot of bands get started, kind of thing. So, yeah, absolutely.
And do you feel a large internet presence is quite important for bands nowadays?
Oh, especially Facebook and or Twitter, compared to the old times, it was so hard to get known around the world, and now all you need to do is post a video on Facebook and millions of people can see it, so it helps bands hugely, absolutely hugely. Yeah.
When I was in year 8, there was an advertisement in my school to be on school radio, so after much thought I put in an application and got in, and I worked my way up and eventually became director and producer, and when I left school I became freelance, and that's where I am today. I think these days probably yes, if you hear a song on the radio you'll go out and you'll say yes, I want to buy that, that's a really good song. There is always sort of the annoying thing that you have to wait till after the song's finished to hear who it's by, but with things like Spotify and iTunes now, Radio 1 on their page they link to iTunes and things, they said what they've played and they link to iTunes and Spotify, so yeah, it's definitely still relevant.
So you'd say radio play and sessions are still quite important?
Oh yeah, I mean the Radio 1 Live Lounge is still really important. Another guy set that up and he's still really excited about it, it's still really relevant. So I think now because it's easier to communicate with them with Twitter and you can text and things like that, it's much easier to say oh, really liking the show, oh, why don't you try this, why don't you try that. It's a lot harder to sort of get it right, but you get a lot of instant feedback while you're on air.
Yeah, so once again, you'd say social networks are
yeah,
important.
Definitely. Music, I personally don't illegally download music, I actually don't. I think it does spoil the industry. I know in certain cases when you're not sure if you like a song, it's a bit annoying, and now iTunes have extended it so you can listen to 1.5 minutes worth of a song to know if you actually like it rather than the 30 seconds. But Spotify is free and you can hear what you want, and now YouTube. I think it does kill the industry, but also it would be a bit better if music was cheaper.
So what do you think? Is radio still as important as it once was, or is the availability of music online just making it irrelevant? Or perhaps they can work together to create new, exciting experiences. I'm Jack Priday, reporting from Exeter. Back to you in the studio.